We all possess amazing strengths. I like to call them superpowers. Things that we are able to do that amazes other people. That, wow, that's great that you're able to do that, John, or wow, you're able to do this like that. But I think one of the most vital, what I like to call superpowers that we can acquire and possess is the way we emotionally handle situations, handle life in general, the way that we process and handle things. Some of us process in an instant. Some of us are able to absorb it and be like, okay, this is how I'm going to move through this situation. And in extreme instances, it can be the difference between life and death or just being in a really, really bad situation. That's an amazing superpower because as we navigate through the world, you start to realize more and more every moment that the world does not revolve around you at all. Like nothing revolves around you. It seems like the world's trying to get you a lot of times. It's how you manage yourself and thinking beyond yourself as a human being and understanding like, oh, there's a lot more going on in this place than just me. Once you stay, you don't even have to actually, I was going to say once you step out of your home, you don't even have to step out of your home and the world's going to start hitting you because we're so connected now. Phone calls start coming in the morning, people knocking on your door. A to Z, the world starts hitting you the minute you wake up. The thing is, how are you going to handle and manage all of those situations and all of these energies and all of these things coming at you? How do you handle it? Like I said, we're all human. I'm a work in progress, so some situations I handle better than others. But as I process and navigate through life, I start to realize that, when I act up in a certain situation, I carry that situation with me and it festers on for quite some time. And I have to take a few steps back and think to myself, damn, if I would have handled that situation differently, I probably wouldn't have had this outcome. Every situation you go into, you want the best possible outcome. And a lot of situations I get into, and we're going to use the most simplest one is human to human interaction. Christian, please. See, some people, I just have to have a conversation. Please. It's the way you handle the situation. Great example, Christian. Good acting. I'm kidding. So it really is how you handle that situation. So let's say if I get into a confrontation or almost confrontation with someone else, I don't know what he had going on in the background. I don't know what he's got going on mentally. So I have to be the person of sound mind to handle the situation accordingly to where it's safe for me mentally and physically to get out of. And I'm not going to carry that burden on with me by acting up, by acting a fool, by cursing somebody out. That hurts my feelings after I have to curse somebody out. I feel bad about it because I know I'm a bigger person than that. So it's really all about how you handle situations. And if you can handle it as a sound mind person, as a bigger person, as a person that's just logical, it helps you live a easier life, easy breezy. But if you're getting into it with everyone, your life is toxic. Nobody wants to be around you. It's all about how you handle situations, which gives you a better outlook in life. That's all I want is a good outlook in life. That's a big superpower right there. To have a great outlook in the way you see life. The way you wake up in the positive light. It takes work to be happy. It takes work to be mad. I'd rather work on the happiness. It takes work. You have to clear the mind. You have to figure out, why am I upset right now? Is it really that serious? Let me pull it together because I want to smile. And I'd rather work on the happiness. It feels good to be happy. It feels terrible to be mad. But it's a choice. It's about how you handle yourself as a person. Is this thing that I'm upset about really that serious to where it's going to affect my whole day or my whole week? The only thing I can manage is how I feel inside. The bills are going to continue to come. People are going to continue to harass you. Life's going to have its up and downs. The only thing you have control of in this life is how you feel and your outlook. I don't give a shit about nothing else. I need to be internally happy for me to be good to the world, for me to be good to the people around me. But if I sit down and I want to be upset and I want to be mad and I want to be in people's faces, that's not healthy. That's not a healthy way to live. You have to do that work. It's the hardest thing to do. Face yourself. I've been lifting weights. I've been doing this. I've been doing all sorts of things in life. And I'm generally a happy person. But one thing I realized is the most challenging thing to do in life is face yourself. Sit there, look at yourself like, I got some problems I need to fix. How do I live a better life? I'm always seeking that. No matter how good I feel life is going and how good life is, how can I make it better? Because we're all a work in progress. But the biggest thing you have to understand is you make that choice on how you want to feel inside. No one else does that for you. So once you start to realize that and you start to work on that, you start to be happier. Because we're here on a short amount of time, 60, 70, 80, 90 years. But that time could be fantastic if you start to realize the beauty in the world. And the world is going to come down on you all the time if you let it. But if you take it like, oh, you know what, I'm going to keep that positive light. I'm going to keep it moving. It's just a lesson when it happens like that. I run into all kind of crazy situations. I see it as lessons. I take it as a lesson. And I take like, you know what, the world's really loving me right now because they sent this maniac over here to harass me. I was riding my bike. Christian was on the front handlebar one day, my son Christian. And I'm riding the bike and I'm like, oh man, I done rode down Bum Alley because there's like a lot of homeless people in that area. And I'm like, oh shoot, let me just get through here quickly. My music's playing. And one of them comes right at me, slow motion, trying to fist bump me. And I'm like, oh no. And I swerved around him. And as I'm swerving, my phone falls off of my bike. I'm like, no. So I had to stop. And as I reached down to grab my phone, guess who's reaching down before me to grab it? I kept a positive energy about it though. He's reaching down to grab it, but luckily another dad saw it and he grabbed the phone before this guy could grab it. I stayed positive, so something positive came out of that situation. I didn't have to throw my phone away because it just got bumped. Somebody cut through that situation. And then he still attempted to touch me and Christian and try to fist bump up us and all that. I could have gotten angry. I just found a different way to handle that situation, which made it comical. And I said, hey man, you freaking me out. We're supposed to be social distancing. What's wrong with you? And he just stepped back and started laughing. But instead of me getting mad and angry in that situation where I could have been getting in a fight with someone that I'm not even at the, we're not even, shouldn't even be fighting or getting in a confrontation with, I handled that situation differently and I brushed it off. But ultimately it's about your outlook and what you take out of life and what kind of energy you put into life. If you feel like life's always coming down on you, you're absolutely right. Because that's the outlook you have on life. But if you feel like, hey, life happens and I'm going to navigate and be positive about it and actually just enjoy it, enjoy the good and the bad and just, navigate through life, you're going to have a fantastic life. But if you stick in that negativity, you're just going to live in negativity. Keep it light. Enjoy it. And if something negative starts coming your way, figure out how to navigate through it differently. And it takes you doing work on yourself and understanding, like, I ain't got to be mad for everything. I got to handle things differently. And that's all I got for you guys. Because this kid's screaming, and I don't even know how I kept my words, my thoughts straight today, but I did. And I had to do this video. I committed to it. I'm going to keep committing to it and myself and showing up for myself. You all do the same for yourselves. Peace.